Good afternoon, viewers. This is your tutor again, and today we are going to start our series on these accounting softwares, and we are going to be looking at QuickBooks. And in this first video, we are going to look at how we open up our company profile within QuickBooks. So allow me kick off. When you open QuickBooks, of course, this is QuickBooks desktop, so we are going to be using this version, that is QuickBooks Premier Accountant Edition 2021 desktop. So we are going to see how we can open up an company file using QuickBooks, and we shall see how we can proceed with entering the transactions that are going to be done within the organization. So when you open your QuickBooks, the first thing you will be seeing is no company open, which means that when you see that, it means you are just starting and the company you're going to be working on is not yet created. So when you see this, either if you had a company that is already created, you can just search for it from here, because here when you see this screen shows for you those 5 companies you opened up, and if you don't see that here, you can just try to open from here and you search for the name of the company that you opened up. But as for now, we are going to open our own company, and we are going to use the easy steps, that is the easy step interview in QuickBooks for creating a new company. So when you reach here, you click create, and when you've done with that, it brings to you the express start, that if you click on this one, you will just be starting as someone who's at least have a knowledge of what you are going to be doing within. But if you know that you're just starting and you don't know how to open up a QuickBooks profile or how to create a company, we can use the detailed start from there. Then when you click there, it will give you the easy step interview, and you're seeing it is here. It is showing that it is in progress. It means whatever we are going to be filling in here, we shall be progressing with the easy step interview. And the first step, we are seeing that it says enter the company information. Now for the company information, what we want to put in is, let's just put in the company name as for now, because the rest of these ones we can fill them at a later time. So we can select any name of the company. Let me just use this as Pearl. Let me say Pearl Computers. Uganda Limited. Uganda Limited. And that will be our, then we can put in our legal name. Our legal name is Pearl Computers. all computers. We can just stop there and we press next, or we click next. Then it will take you to where you will select the industry which that company you've created is grouped. If it is an audit firm, if it is doing accounting or bookkeeping related issues, you select this one. If it is an advertisement, if it is an agricultural, if it's a religious organization, you select any from there, so long as you are sure. But if you are not sure, we come down here and we select a general. We can just take a general product based or a general service based. What happens is that if you select, if the company is in production, is in delivering services to individuals, you will find that you will be selecting the general service based. Of course, you have not given what services the company is delivering to the public, but at least you've categorized that into the general term that is called service, whereby it is just rendering services. It's not dealing in selling the products, buying and selling of the products. So if it is in that general product based business where the companies does some stock, then we put the general. So it depends on the name of on what the company is going to be doing. But mine, as we created, we said PAL computers, it means it's going to be under information technology. We can just take computers and software. We click there. When we click that, we press next. Then QuickBooks will also ask you, how is your company organized? Here we are giving if, let's say, the company is owned by only one person, that's for the sole proprietor. Is it a partnership? Is it that people came together and formed up? They came together with an aim of making profit and they started a business. Is it called a partnership? Is it a company? And if you are not sure of that, then you can just choose the others or none, and you click next. Then it will bring for you the statement, the statement date. When is your financial year? Which month is your financial year starting? Then you can select if let's say you are just getting a government. If it is just a government entity, we could select July 1st, because government year of the financial year for the government starts on 1st July and ends 30th June. If it is using, let's say, if it is starting from January to December, but so long as you can select a 12-month period, then you'll be good to go. So you can select from here, either it will be January, depending on which month you are starting the business. But here it is showing January. It means my end of year will be December 31st. So I can just leave it there in January. Then from here, it says you set the administrator password. Administrator password is the person who is going to be controlling this company information. You'll put a password that it can help you it can help you give access to some people who could want to use some information within, and you could limit people who can be able to use the information you have put in the file. So here we put a password. I can just say that Charles. Let me just use Charles. Charles 123. I'll again re-put the password as Charles 123. Then I press, of course, the administrator name is always admin. So it maybe if you change it, but if you don't change it, it will remain. That will be the admin name. But for you, just put the password. But if you want to change the admin name, you can also change. Then you press next. Then it will bring for you where you are required to create your company file. Here we are trying to get where we can store our company file. Either we are saving it on the desktop of our computer or within the documents. It depends on where you want to save the company file. So we can click next so that it takes you where you want to save it. I can just say I'm selecting desktop. I want this information to go onto my desktop. Then you click save and place. It will take some time to load the file because you are trying to save it, save your company file onto the desktop of your computer. From there, when you're done, you just see that the company is even now displaying up that Pearl Computers Uganda Limited, and you can see it up there. It is showing Pearl Computers Uganda Limited as our company that we created. Then from there, it brings you to where you customizing QuickBooks for your business. When it brings that, then you just press next, because then we select. QuickBooks is asking, what do you sell, or what are you giving to your customers? Because when you've been customizing, it has been on that side where you are supposed to check out your customers. So when you press next, it will be giving you this question that what do you sell to those customers? What we need to know is that here we are determining, is the company service based? Is it product based? Because the other side we selected and we did not specify, but here we are specifying it may be either a service based or a product based. But if you are not sure, you can just select both and you press next. Then it is asking, do you charge VAT? Of course, as a registered company, you must be charging VAT. So you can put in the VAT scheme. If you are not doing it, then you could just leave. But if you are doing it, you make sure you adjust and you put the registration, the VAT registration number, if at all you are registered. But if you are not, then here it will be asking you which method are you using to compute your VAT when you're submitting those returns. Are you using an accrual basis? An accrual basis means that we recognize transactions as and when they have occurred, not necessarily when the cash has been received. So it may happen that you've, let's say, sold some goods and you've sold those goods on credit. When you sell the goods on credit, we recognize the sale even though the cash that was expected to be received from that sale is not yet received. So that's, you can either select, if you are just going to be paying or receive payments as when the transaction takes place, that is a cash basis, or it will be, but most of the times you find that it is an accrual basis. If you are very sure that the company I'm working on is using cash basis, then you could select cash basis. You can leave that one and you press next. When you press next, it will take you to a question which asks you, do you want to create estimates in QuickBooks? Of course, when you're creating, if you are creating these estimates, you may find that they are just the jobs you are giving to the customers, the work you are doing for the customers. You may find that you are receiving the quotations from the customers, proposals and other bids. And if you're doing so, you select yes, then you click next. When that is done, then it will take you to where it will be saying tracking customer orders in QuickBooks. Do you want to track your customer orders? Of course, every business wants to track their customers and they know when and what exactly the customers want, and they know how they can be able to fulfill the demands of their customers. Of course, here you select yes, then you click next. Then QuickBooks will ask you, are you using statements? These statements, of course, they may be different documents that are used within the transactions we make. We may be having invoices, receipts, printing customer orders, and all of that. So if you are doing that, then we expect you to select yes, and if you are not doing it, you select no, then you click next. From there, QuickBooks will ask you, are you using progress invoicing? Of course, if you said yes when you are putting in the estimates, we expect you that you are supposed to be using progress invoicing. And here we select yes because we accepted that we are going to be using estimates. Then it takes you to how you manage the bills you owe. Do you want to know when the suppliers, if let's say you've got some goods on credit and you want to be reminded by QuickBooks so that you know how, when and how you're supposed to make those payments to those customers, to those suppliers, sorry. Then if you're also selling some goods on credit, if you want to track those people you have given goods on credit, then you could also select yes, so that we could be able, QuickBooks can be able to notify you when those bills are due. Then we have, do you track stock in the QuickBooks? Of course, if the company was product based, we expect that you are going to be having stock, and you need to know when we are supposed to make orders. Those are the order levels. You know the period when you are supposed to make an order. You know the minimum and the maximum stock levels. If you want to manage that, then we expect you to track, to be able to allow QuickBooks to track your stock. Then we have tracking time in QuickBooks. This tracking time is most of the times is on the employees. If let's say you are paying let's say sales agent, and you are paying them on the number of workers or on the number of hours they have worked. If let's say the other employees, you are paying them on a hourly rate, then we need to be tracking the time they have spent on work. Then the other thing will also be with the customers. If you want to know when these customers are going to be paying you, you set the time that if I sell goods on credit, I'm supposed to be demanding these customers at this and this date. So we allow QuickBooks to track time so that we can be able to know how we can pay and how we can get paid, especially from the customers. From there, you select yes, then you press next. Then here it is saying, do you have employees? Of course, if you're just using, depending on how the company is operated, if at all you have the employees, of course you will select yes. By having employees, you just know that there is also a way you are going to be running the payroll of those employees. So if you say yes, then we expect you to be using the QuickBooks payroll, so that you can be able to track the salaries and everything. And if you're not using them, maybe you're just paying them on cash. Whoever delivers or whoever does something, you just pay them from there and there. Then, and the rest of the stock is done by you, the rest of the work is done by you, then you can select no. Then we click next. Then we have another one which says tracking multiple currencies in QuickBooks. This one is very, very, very important, because when you have, let's say, some customers that are that are in different locations, we expect that you are going to be receiving money of different currencies. And if at this point you don't select that you track multiple currencies, you may find that it will be hard for you or for QuickBooks to transfer or to convert that amount that has been paid from different locations to your local currency. So if you expect that some of the customers may be using different currencies, then you select yes, so that you'll be able to, QuickBooks can be able to convert your money you've received from the customer to your home currency. Here it will bring for you that you select your home currency. Since I'm Ugandan, I'm going to say that I'm selecting a Ugandan currency. So I view them, then I select Ugandan shillings. It says that this one is an inactive. Let me make it active. I've made it active, so I'm going to select next. Using accounts in QuickBooks. Of course, this one, it brings you it helps you to set some accounts. You may find that some accounts the QuickBooks has created for you, they are not good as you want them, and you need to modify them. Of course, that one we expect you just press next. Then we have to select a date so that we can track our finances. When we select the starting date, remember the other time when we were just filling in the month, when our end of the year begins, we said our year was beginning in January. So we are going to select, we can select any, but here let me select at the beginning of the financial year because I used January. The other person could select the down one depending on what you selected earlier. So from there, we go here, it is showing you receive income and expense accounts. For that one, you just, of course, you are seeing the accounts that QuickBooks has given to you, and where you are seeing these ticks, they are the ones QuickBooks has highlighted for you that you are going to be, you may use them as you do your transactions within the company you created. If you want more, if you want to add more, you can add it from here. You press, you make it marked. You may be having some expenses you are seeing there that QuickBooks has not identified for you. You can try to mark them, and there are many here. You can just select as many as you want. If at all you are going to be using some of these expenses, then after you have done, you press next. Then QuickBooks gets for you to a stage where you can start, you can now go and set the rest of the information that is not filled in that is a step interview, because here we are seeing we have received the word congratulations that we have completed the easy step interview. So we can now go and start to adjust our of course here it brings for you the, if you want to add people that you want to do business with, you can say I'm adding them, or if you are not, you could just say cancel, but we can ignore this, or we can just proceed if you want to add accounts, because remember when we went through the easy step interview, we did not add any bank account, we did not add anything, and we did not add any products that the company is dealing in. So you can set them all from here. And if you don't want to set all of these ones, you can just start directly, you start working from there. So we can cross this one, and we cross also this one, because it is asking me about the use of payroll and whatever. So when you open QuickBooks, this is how QuickBooks lays out the information depending on which features you put in. We are seeing we have the side of the employees. On the side of the employees, you are seeing we don't have anything here because I did not select any when they brought for me those ones. I just canceled them. That's why here you are not seeing anything. We have if you had said you are not using estimates, these figures, some of these figures, they will not be there. So, and that's how we create the company file. And if you want, we can go and try to adjust. You're seeing when you open up, you see that this icon bar is displayed from here. You can just try to change it if you want, and you see where you can put it. You can say, let's say I want this icon bar to be on the top, and you do like that. So it changes, and if you want to bring it back, it will be the same. You go to view, then you select where you want it to be. So we can start from here, and we go to our company. This is the company we created. If you want to change anything from this, you go to company information, then we start putting what we are not put. Because here you are seeing there is where we put the phone number, there are so many things, the city, the country, the location, and all of that. Here you can select the country and say, no, me, I'm going to use, if it is not there, if what you are looking for is not there, you select others. Then you can put the address of the camp of the where it is located. You can just put even the phone numbers. You can select, you can try to get a question and we try to put in, we can try to get some information and we try to put in here, so that we'll be able to have a company which is a bit filled. You are seeing here the city, we can put Kampala. Then country, put Uganda. Legal country, of course, it's not here. We put others. Can put even the postcode if it's there. Can just set to legal address. We may say Kampala. Can also add East Africa. East Africa. You can also add from here and you put Kampala. You can put the street, you can put the plot number. You can say that PO box. PO box 54007. Kampala, Uganda. You can put even the, you can say, let's say Semei Plaza. Let me say Musa Street. You can put anything you want, but you can put that one will be enough. Then we put the phone number. Of course, the phone number will start with a +256. Since it is a Ugandan code, can say 415 1110 48. You can put like that. Then we put the Fox number if it is there. You can use the same two, so long as it is +256 415 1101. You can put the last digits, you can change them to that. Then we put the email address. Of course, the email address you can say Pearl. Can say Pearl at biz. We can say biz.com or at Yahoo or at gmail.com. Then we can also try to get the website www.pearl@biz, meaning at business, and say at biz.com. Then we can fill in these other ones. I'm saying Uganda. Can try also to put in the payroll data. If you have, you can even put the business number. can just say 111 like that. Then when we are done, we can attach even some identifications if you have. You can put the TIN number, since we said we are going to be, you can say 1111. Hey, those are enough. Then we click OK. So hope you've got, and you may want to so when you have got that information and you've saved it, whenever you are printing in something, you may want it to be on, let's say, on the head of the printed document, so that the person can be able to see how the company is located on whatever document you'll be sending to, let's say, the suppliers, customers, and others. So that's how we open up our account. We can even go to and we save, we change some of our preferences, and we try to see how. We go to edit, then we go to preferences, and we try to set some of these, like setting to company. May say you are setting company preferences. You may even put the time, whatever that you may find that is important. Then we can also change here, you use the account numbers and whatever. There are so many things which you need to adjust, but when you are checking on preference, you keep checking my preference and the company preferences. Then you press OK. You can change each and everything that you're seeing there. Okay, that's all I wanted to do for now. Of course, you've seen the name of the company is up here, and that's what we had targeted to achieve. And since we have got that, then we can stop here and we shall continue with other series as we shall be working on until we reach at a point where we record the deposits. So subscribe to the channel, and you get to know when I'm posting other videos that can help you learn more and more. Thank you for watching.